So this is going to be a little bit different than the challenge that Daniel Braun talked about, but this is more for kind of like a wish list of credit cards I'd like to add into my wallet to maximize more of my points and cash back. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about cards that I wish that I had to be able to maximize more points and more cash back. So let's get started. So the first card we're going to talk about, which is one that has been talked about lots and everybody's been raving about this card, is the Bilt MasterCard. And this card is an amazing card. And if you look right here, we're going to see that this card is able to pay your rent without any fees, which that is amazing that this card has even come out and that you can be able to do that. I'm a little upset that this card didn't come out sooner while I was paying for my rent, and this card would have been such an amazing card to have. I missed out on a lot of opportunities to be able to get all those points because of that. But now I'm currently in my home that I own and paying off a mortgage. So hopefully one day they'll be able to add this card and make it so that you can pay for your mortgages. And they actually say right here on their site that they'd love to offer points on mortgage payments and to commercial renters, but this isn't an available feature at this time. It's something we're considering for the future. So I mean, they're considering it at least, which means there's a chance that it could happen. Not saying that it will happen anytime soon. It might not even, maybe. Hopefully it does, because that would be so beneficial to tons more people out there. But there's still a slight chance it could happen. But as of right now, it's just for those people who are renting that they can be able to maximize on those rewards. So like we said, this credit card gets you 1 times on your rent, but it also gets you other multipliers as well. This card gets you 3 times on dining purchases, 2 times on travel purchases, and 1 times everywhere else. You have to make at least 5 transactions each month to be able to earn points on this card, which makes it so that you have to use this card, and it's not like a sock drawer card, you know, you just use for 1 purchase for rent only, which is smart for Bilt to be able to do. So that makes it so you actually use this card at least 5 transactions each month, so they're making something off the card as well. Bilt also has what's called Rent Day, which is an amazing thing that they do. They do like little giveaways sometimes, and they do like prizes and transfer bonuses, and they also double your multipliers for that day. So your 3 times on dining, your 2 times on travel, and your 1 times everywhere else is doubled, where it's now 6 times on dining, 4 times on travel, and 2 times everywhere else. This excludes rent though. Rent doesn't count with this, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it makes sense, or everyone would be paying their rent on rent day to get the 2 times multiplier. But you only get 1 times on rent. This card as well has no annual fee, which is great to be able to have, because this card is pretty much like a travel card with no annual fee. And this card also comes with no foreign transaction fees, which makes this a great travel card because you're having no annual fees, no foreign transaction fees, and you can combine and use your points that you earn using this card and transfer out to travel partners. And you also have protections as well. You have trip and cancellation interruption protection, trip delay reimbursement, auto rental collision damage waiver, and you also can get lift credits as well. So Bilt has these travel partners that you can transfer to, with it being such a great travel card. You can transfer them to places such as Turkish Airlines, IHG Hotels. You can even do United Mileage Plus, which there's not a lot of credit cards that actually have transfer partners to United. And then you also have World of Hyatt, like Chase does. So this makes it great to be able to transfer these points and kind of make it a team player with your Chase cards. So the downside to this credit card, unfortunately, is that there's no sign-up bonus, which for a lot of people out there is probably like a deal breaker. I know for me, as of right now, because there's no bonus for paying for mortgage, that's not a card that I'm seeking to get right now. If this card ever got 1 times for paying your mortgage with this card, I would definitely get this card, no matter what, even if there's no sign-up bonus. But as of right now, just because there's no sign-up bonus, this isn't a card that I'm seeking out to get or anything like that, which I mean, I'm sure for a lot of people, they might feel the same way. Or maybe they're just like, I don't care, I want to be part of the rent day community, you know, which I kind of want to be able to as well, but I'm going to wait to be able to join that group, and hopefully it's not too long. But as well, this card, just because it doesn't have a sign-up bonus, you can't really maximize as much your first year, but it has a great referral program where you can get lots of points for referring people, and you can do this lots of times actually. I believe if I did the math, it's 400 plus people that you could actually refer this card for with the maximum amount of bonus that they're going to give you. The next two cards are the same cards that Daniel Braun actually talked about in his video, which is the Capital One Venture X card and the Capital One Saver 1 card. Start with the Capital One Venture X card. You get 75,000 miles that you can earn for spending $4,000 or more on your purchases within the first 3 months of opening your account. And you also get 10,000 miles for your anniversary bonus each year that you can use towards travel, and that equates to at least $100. And then you as well get $300 of annual travel credit that you can use for booking through the Capital One travel portal, and you also get $100 of global entry or TSA pre-check credit. This card comes with a $395 annual fee as well, and many people have said the $300 credit that you get each year, as well as a $100 anniversary bonus you get, offsets it like the card is paying you $5. And then as we move farther down, we can see the multipliers are 10 times on hotel and rental cars booked through the Capital One travel portal. You get 5 times the miles on flights booked through the Capital One travel portal, and 2 times on all other purchases every day. So the first two categories of the 10x and the 5x, you have to use the travel portal to do so. So if you're not one who likes to use credit card travel portals that much, this might not be as great for you. Me personally, I mean, I'm starting on my travel journey using travel credit cards and trying to build up points to be able to transfer out to partners and everything like that. So I'm not really looking to do travel portals with credit cards too much. But the 2 times that you get on everywhere else is great, because this card allows it to be able to be a great duo with the Capital One Saver 1. But this card as well is a luxury card, one card that I actually really want to get because it's the least amount compared to like the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum card, where it's only $395 compared to $550 and $695. But also, I think it's a great card because you can get free additional card holders on here. So you can add a card holder to your account for no fee, and they can enjoy benefits and will earn rewards on every dollar they spend as well. There's no foreign transaction fees, which is why this is a travel card. And your miles don't expire, and there's no blackout dates. There's cell phone protection. You get miles redemptions. And then referral bonuses. You can get referral bonuses up to 100,000 bonus miles when they are approved. So this is a great card to be able to get because it's going to be something that's a luxury card that you can be able to get into lounges and be able to get certain benefits and things like that as well. And because it's a travel card, it's going to have those protections as well with reimbursements and warranties and trip cancellations and things like that. It's going to have those protections for you as well. I would say the downsides to this card for just somebody is that yes, it does cost $395, so it is a little hefty that way, as well as for me, I actually like the 0% intro APRs, but with annual fee credit cards, they don't do this really at all, as far as I know. I believe with some credit cards they waive like the first year for paying the annual fee, but otherwise you have to pay the whole amount of money that you spend each month on the card. You're not going to get an interest-free loan for any period of time. So that is one of the downsides to getting an annual fee card. If that's not something you utilize or use anyway, then that doesn't really matter. The next card we're going to talk about is the Capital One Saver 1 card to complete the duo. So the Capital One Saver 1 rewards card is the card that completes this duo because of the other categories that it hits. And as we see right here, we can see that this card earns an unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and at grocery stores, plus 1% on all other purchases. So this card is great to go hand in hand with the Venture X because the Venture X gets you 2 times everywhere else. But if you're going to be using purchases for like dining or grocery stores or streaming services and things like that, this card will give you a little more boost than the Venture X would. But because this card gets 1% everywhere else, this card isn't the card you want to use if you need to get like gas, for instance. This card doesn't have gas as a category on here. So you want to use your Venture X if you have only these 2 cards that you're working on getting points for. This card as well gets a $200 cash bonus once you spend $500 on purchases within the first 3 months of account opening. And you have as well, you can get 8% cash back on Capital One entertainment purchases, and unlimited 5% cash back on hotels and rental cars booked through the Capital One Travel, which is similar to the Venture X. And this card as well gets you 0% intro APR for the first 15 months of opening this card. Like we talked about with the Venture X doesn't have this, while the Capital One Saver 1 Rewards does, which makes it appealing to me because that's something that I like to do, which if I have something that's a big purchase that I gotta buy for that instant, then I can pay it off slowly and make sure that I'm not paying any interest or anything like that, and making sure I pay the full amount off once the intro APR is over, with or without that intro APR. This card doesn't have foreign transaction fee. You also get extended warranty, travel accident insurance, and other things like that. This card actually with the Venture X is great because the Venture X is a Visa card while the Saver one is a MasterCard. And some places don't accept Visa, some places don't accept MasterCard. It kind of varies, and it's a matter of like trial and error to see what places do what. For instance, I know that for American Express and Discover is more where they're not accepted as much. But Visa and MasterCard are the ones that are accepted a lot of places, but sometimes one might not be accepted over the other. So this is a great duo because you have at least one of each. You have a Visa and you have a MasterCard. And I would love to have these Capital One cards, but right now my relationship with Capital One isn't great. It's kind of one-sided where I would love to have these cards, but they're not really wanting for me to have these cards because Capital One kind of is one of those credit card issuers where they want to give it to somebody who doesn't have as great of credit that they can potentially earn money off of, you know? Which, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like that's how they act or play, you know, which, I mean, that's how all credit card issuers work. They want to be able to make money off you, whether it's by you swiping your card, you having to pay interest, paying late fees, things like that. They're out there to make money off of you. So they see like Daniel Braun, who said he got denied for the Venture X like once or twice, I believe. He's got a great score and everything, but they just don't want to give it to like the ones that have the high credit scores and the ones that are doing financially well. They want to give it to somebody who's not doing as well. The next card is the Wells Fargo autograph card. And this card is actually one that I've been wanting to get for a while just because of it being an unlimited cash back card. And as we see right here on the website, we can see that you can earn 20,000 bonus points, which is equivalent to $200 cash back when you spend $1,000 in purchases in the first 3 months of opening the account. There is no annual fee on this card, as well as no foreign transaction fees, which is great to be able to see that you can use this card out of the country. And as we talked about earlier, this card earns unlimited 3 times points for many ways to keep your life in motion, as it says right there. The ways that you can earn the 3 times is through restaurant, travel, gas, transit, popular streaming services, and phone plans. So you can earn 3 times unlimited with all these things right here. And out of the first 2 cards we talked about, they didn't have a gas category. So this card would be great to go with them if I decide, you know, I just want a card that earns me cash back for gas. I'm going to get 3 times using this card right here. As well, you get 1 times on all other purchases. And this card also comes with a 0% intro APR for 12 months when you open the account. This card also comes with some protections as well, like cell phone protection, where you get $600 of cell phone protection if you use this card to pay for your monthly phone bill. You get auto rental collision damage waivers, you get some travel and emergency service assistance, as well as just some other benefits right there on this card. The downsides of this card is that it doesn't have groceries on there, and it has all the other things on there. But I mean, when you're earning 3 times on all these other things, it's pretty good, and you would have other cards that would go hand in hand with it. Like for Wells Fargo, you could get the Cashwise card that earns you 2% on all other purchases. So these 2 cards would go great together, and especially at Costco. That's what I use my Cashwise mostly for. And this is what I would love to use the autograph card for, the 3 times at gas stations, so that I can get 3 times on gas when I go to Costco. And obviously the other downside is you might think, oh, it's Wells Fargo, so I don't want to use a credit card from them. But if you value the points and things that you can earn from them, then I don't think that's as big of a concern. The next card is the Chase Freedom Flex card. I have the Chase Freedom OG card, but not the Flex card. My wife actually has this card. We've used her card in the past, but I want to be able to get one for myself. And as you know from looking at the site, we can see that you can earn $200 of bonus cash back after you spend $500 on purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. You can be able to use the cash back and turn it into Chase Ultimate Rewards points so that you can be able to actually value them higher than $200. The difference between the Chase Freedom Flex and the Chase Freedom OG comes as we look a little farther, but they both are similar that they get 5% cash back back in quarterly bonus categories. So as it says right here, you could get different categories like gas stations, grocery stores that exclude Target and Walmart, and select online merchants that you can spend up to $1,500 in total combined purchases each quarter. And then as well, this card with the OG, they both get 1% on all other purchases. So the Flex can get you 3% on dining at restaurants, including takeout and eligible delivery services, and 3% on drugstore purchases. And as well, that they changed the card to a MasterCard instead of it being a Visa, which is what the OG card is. You also get 0% intro APR for 15 months from account opening. There's no annual fee for having this card. And currently, as you can see from the public offer right here, that's only saying you can get $200 cash back after spending $500. There have been times where you can see it say you can get 5% on gas stations as well for the first year, or 5% on grocery stores for the first year, or there have been ones that said you can get 5% on gas and grocery stores that you can spend for a year. I actually found it one time, and I would have to do some more research to find that site again to be able to see if it would still be up or not. And I'm not sure if it technically is or not, or if it will be next year when I would like to apply for this card. But that would definitely be a great benefit to be able to sign up for this card, that you can get 5% on grocery store purchases and gas station purchases for the first year for that limit that it has on there. So then, just because Daniel Braun threw in a business credit card as well, I would like to do so as well. And that is for the Chase Business Inc. cards. And currently right now, the public offer for this card is that you can earn $750 of cash back. And in order to get that, you have to spend $6,000 or more on purchases within the first 3 months after account opening. And the Inc. Unlimited and the Inc. Cash, you can transfer those points and convert them into Chase points. So you can transfer them into like your trifecta that you have that are your personal cards. So you can transfer it to like your Chase Sapphire Preferred or your Chase Sapphire Reserved. So you can earn additional bonus points and be able to transfer it out to your other cards and then out to transfer partners that way. Which makes the cash card a great card because it hits some categories that your other cards in the trifecta won't hit. So as we look farther, we can see that the card earns you 5% cash back on the first $25,000 spent in combined purchases each account anniversary year at office supply stores, internet, cable, and phone services. So office supply stores like Staples or Office Depot or things like that. And then you get 2% cash back on the first $25,000 spent in combined purchases each account anniversary at gas stations and at restaurants. As far as I know, I believe there's not a credit card for Chase that earns ultimate rewards points that gets you 2% back on gas station. I believe the only cards that have it that don't earn Chase Ultimate Rewards points are like the Amazon cards, or maybe like the Instacart card as well, or maybe some other cards. But those don't earn Ultimate Rewards points. They earn the cash back, or you can use it for like gift cards or towards Amazon or something like that. They don't earn the Ultimate Rewards points. So I believe this is the only card that gets you 2% on a regular basis for gas stations. Obviously, the Flex and the OG Freedom cards get you 5% quarterly on gas, so you can get it for 3 months, but it's only for that quarter. This card will get you up to $25,000 of spend, 2% cash back. So I think that makes it a great card to add into your trifecta. If you don't want to have like the business trifecta, you could just add this card into your trifecta and kind of complete the missing bits here and there, because it's going to get you the 5% at like the office supply stores, your phone and your internet plans and things like that, as well as getting the 2% at gas stations. And as well, this card earns you 1% cash back on all other purchases. And currently right now, you're going to get 5% cash back on Lyft rides through March of 2025. And this card as well, included with the Business Unlimited, gets you 0% APR on purchases for the first 12 months. That's a great thing to have, especially for a business, because sometimes you need to have cash on hand, or you got to buy something the first of the month instantly to be able to start your business, and then you have 11 months to pay it back slowly without any interest, which makes it great to be able to start up your business or even just buy things that you need. This card also does come with some protections like travel and emergency assistance, roadside dispatch, some purchase protections, and things like that. The downside with both the Chase Freedom Flex and this card is missing categories, and you only get 1% on everything else, but you do get multipliers for specific things, 5% on office supply things or 5% quarterly things. But they are missing the grocery category with those two cards. So with all these cards combined, it's great to be able to have something hit something. Like the Capital One Saver 1 has the grocery category. The Wells Fargo Autograph has the gas. The business card has the office supplies. The Freedom Freedom Flex has the drugstores. Each card has something unique that makes it special, and that's why it's great to be able to get any credit card out there, really. So what do you guys think of the wish list that I have for cards that I want to add into my wallet? Do you think they're great choices? Do you think one is better than the other? Would you replace any cards, or do you think my whole list is just garbage and I should just stop doing this, you know? If you want to let me know down in the comments, please do so. I would love to be able to hear from you, to see what things that you have, what your interests are for credit cards, or what you like maybe for me to make future content on. If you could also like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on things that I'm going to be posting in the future, that would be great as well. And hope you all have a great day. Thanks.